first, a big shout out to my man Tux4. Happy birthday. Also want to give a shout out to Mr. H2O Evil. Evil, you're the man. King, Vanessa, and Offbeat Ninja. DirecTV could not have picked a better cast of people to be on their show. Big shout out to Dave Chappelle on Xbox Live. Cool guy. I want food. I've been meaning to give you a shout out for a long time. I'm watching the Conan O'Brien show the other night, and Conan says every time he mentions a product on TV, they send him free stuff as a reward, like their way of saying thanks. My viewers, I think, are a little bit more sophisticated for me to, I can't stoop to levels like that. I mean, for example, I like Final Fantasy Advent Children, but you won't hear me jumping on here saying, oh, by the way, Final Fantasy, you can get it at DVD at your local Best Buy. You won't hear me saying stuff like that. I mean, hold on, my phone's ringing. 1 second here. Okay. Alright. I keep my phone in my video iPod box or whatever. I don't know, it's just a thing I do. Can't seem to get this. It went to voicemail. I tell you, Sony Ericsson phones, they're so tricky. Let's check the voicemail real quick. I'll just set this down here. Thirsty.
Fine, thank you. I'm watching TV. I just was calling. I know it's probably weird. I mean, I was calling because I saw the DirecTV gaming commercial, and I swear to God, I think I saw you. I don't think I saw you. I know I saw you. Anyways, I just thought it was really weird, and I just want to call and say, oh my God, I saw you. But anyways, I'll be sure to catch that whole gaming thing. I forgot what channel it was on because I saw you, and I was like, oh my God, I know him. But anyways, I was just calling to tell you that I saw you on TV, which I already think I told you that. Anyways, I'm gonna let you go. Okay, bye.
So yeah, you won't really catch me stooping to those kind of lows. I mean, that's pretty bad. I think I sprayed some of this in my mouth. Tastes terrible. Quiznos. My favorite sandwich place at the moment is Quiznos. I'm sure a few of you know this. It's becoming to where it's a hit or miss. Yeah, I just talked about plugs and now I'm talking about Quiznos. Anyway, either my sub is going to be really good or it's going to be garbage. So I went to Quiznos the other day. I walked back there and this should have been the first thing I noticed. All the employees behind the counter were in street clothes. This should have been the first sign that I picked up on, but I ignored it. Alright, they're just wearing regular t-shirts that say, you know, Bass Pro Shop or something on it. I've gone to Quiznos enough to where I can tell how my sub is going to taste. Just by the way I see you making it, I can tell if it's going to be a good sub or not. So I go up to the guy and he's like, what kind of sub would you like? And I'm like, yeah, let me get a large sub. The way he's handling the bread, I already start noticing there's something wrong here. He goes to chop the bread and he puts it for the medium. I normally don't interrupt people when they're doing their job like this, but I saw him about to make the mistake. I was like, no, buddy, I want a large. He's like, oh, okay. Chops the large. He's like, what kind of sub, what do you want on it? I'm like, let me get a ham and turkey. He's like, okay, ham and turkey. He's like, oh, what kind of cheese do you want? I'm like, let me get a Swiss and American. He's like, okay. He reaches for the American cheese and he picks up the American cheese and he puts like 2 slices on it, and then he realizes that that's not going to be enough, so he grabs a third. And then he reaches for the provolone cheese and I'm like, no, I wanted Swiss cheese. He's like, oh, okay, sorry. So he grabs the Swiss cheese and lays the Swiss cheese down. And he grabs the ham and the turkey, and he doesn't even weigh it. He just starts putting it on the sandwich, and this is flags growing off everywhere. I already know this is bad. He goes to reach for the oregano sprinkle thing. I'm like, can I get some honey mustard on that sub, please? He's like, oh, okay. And he grabs the honey mustard and puts little dribbles on it, like, that's it. Like 3 little dribbles, 3 little squirts of honey mustard. And I had to say something. I wasn't about to pay $11 for it. I like to taste the honey mustard. So I'm like, actually, can you like put it on both sides? I don't mean to sound picky or anything, but that's normally how they make it here. And he doesn't say, okay, oh, alright. He just looks at me and does it. And he still doesn't put enough. But I wasn't about to say, can you actually put more on there? Because I could hear myself at this point. I wasn't about to say anything. So I let him sprinkle his little seasoning on it. And he puts it in the little toasted oven tray so it starts to go through. Every Quiznos I've been to, there's a divider from the editing bay from where you're making the sandwiches to the actual lettuce and onions, there's a little divider with Gatorades and all kind of other Sierra Mists and all other kind of things in there. So I walk past the drinks and I go over to where they put the lettuce on it. And there's a really old lady who also does not have her uniform on. And she has her hands in this bucket of dirty water, like gray foggy water. And she has a rag. And like she has her back to me, but I see it at an angle. And I see her pick up this rag and squeeze out all the nasty mop water back into the bucket that she has on the counter. And then she looks back at me and she sees me looking, and then she like puts the rag down, and I notice she still has her gloves on while she's doing all this. She goes over and dries her hand a little towel with the gloves still on, and I'm thinking in my head, this lady's about to take those gloves off. I know she is. And then she walks over and takes my little sub off of the toaster rack and puts it down, and it becomes clear to me she's not gonna take those gloves off. She's like, do you want any lettuce? And I'm thinking to myself like, you've got to be joking me. This lady is about to put her nasty, crusty, soggy, cloudy, water-infected glove hands in that lettuce thing and then give it to me. And then I thought, you know what, Adande? There's starving children in China. Just be a man, get some germs and build some antibodies or something. So I was like, oh my gosh. I'll just have lettuce, please. And every time she touched my sandwich, it was like, it hurt to watch every time she touched my sandwich in any way. She digs into the lettuce and sprinkles it on there, and she wraps it up and then hands it to me, and I pay my $11 for this sub. And the instant I bite into it, the ham doesn't taste right, the turkey doesn't taste right, nothing tastes right. I wanted to ask my money back, but I didn't want to seem like a punk, and I was already hungry, so I just let it slide. And I got home, I had a stomachache after that. I don't know if it was my brain messing with my body, telling my body that because you witnessed all this go down, you know what you have in your stomach isn't right. It was not, oops. Oh. I almost knocked over my natural and artificial flavored lemonade Gatorade. Anyway, I haven't been back to Quiznos for a while since that. Guys, if you ever go to Quiznos and they're not wearing their uniforms, run. You know, it's not cool. Man, this furniture I got from Scan Design is phenomenally crafted, I must say. Even though I got it over 15 years ago, it's still intact. Anyway, the moral of the story is, I don't really know what the moral of the story is, but it's been a long time since I told a story. I'm going out of town on the next video blog. I got a phone call last week, and my presence is needed on the west side, so that's all I'm gonna say for now. Some of you know where I'm going, some of you don't know where I'm going, but you wanna watch for next week, because I have a good feeling it's gonna be pretty good. So, thanks for watching. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the emails, thanks for all the love. I'm gonna keep you guys entertained regardless. That's it, I'm done. That's it, I'm finished, and I really don't have anything cool to say to sign off, so bye-bye. It appears that my Sony camcorder is acting the fool again, but it does give off superior LCD screen steady shot program AE qualities. I really love my Sony, I really do.